Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashi and I gave my IELTS exam in June this year and I scored 8 bands in IELTS listening part. Yesterday only I recorded a video of IELTS reading one because in reading I scored 8.5 bands. So I think with all the experience I just have a few tips and tricks, mistakes which I made and how you can avoid them, and what all you need to practice and what are the resources or study material which you can use. So I'll be sharing all of those tips and tricks in this video. So make sure you stay tuned till the end and let's get into the video. So I have jotted down all the points which I wanted to share with you all, and I've written complete 2 pages about it. So the first point is that you need to be completely aware of the question paper pattern. So different type of questions which you can expect on your IELTS listening paper as well are firstly, map or diagram based questions are given. Secondly, they can ask you MCQ type, which is the objective type questions. And thirdly, there are answer in 1 or 2 word questions as well. So they, in the instructions they write down that you have to answer in 1 word only or 2 words only. There are a few questions which can say 3 word also, but if I have to elaborate on all these 3 question types, I would say that the map or diagram based questions contains, for example, a pictorial image or illustration can be given to you, and then there will be questions based on that. So once you hear the recording, you could be given a map of a zoo or a museum, and then you have to label the parts where the reception was located, where the gift shop was located. So these are some of the questions which you can expect from the map or diagram based questions. Also, a process based question or can also occur on a paper, because they can give you explain a process of paper manufacturing is given, and then you have to label the parts of how the trees are cut down and how the pulp is taken out and how the paper is manufactured. So you basically have to label all the parts. So these are mainly the questions which you can expect on your paper as well. Moving on to the second point, which is the general overview of how your paper will be and what all instructions which you have to follow. So there are 40 questions and all the questions are compulsory. You cannot avoid any questions. You do not have any choice in them. Secondly, if we talk about the timing of the IELTS listening part, it's a 40-minute which is broken down into 30 plus 10. So if I have to explain you this, 30 minutes you will be hearing the recording, and then 10 minutes extra are given to you for you to transfer your answers into the answer sheet. So what happens is that whenever you hear the recording, firstly you are given a question paper booklet. In that question paper booklet you are listed down all those 40 questions, and you're also given a pen or a pencil so you can easily write it down. And then those 10 minutes are given for you to transfer the answers from your question paper booklet to your main answer sheet, which will be submitted for checking. And one of the main recommendations would be that please use a pencil only, do not use a pen. They always clearly state that you can either use a pencil or a pen. You need to understand that whenever you use a pen, if you get that answer wrong, or if you feel that you want to change that answer, then you have to strike it down, you have to cut it, which looks very untidy. So I would definitely recommend to use a pencil so that you can easily erase that. Erasers are always given so you can easily erase the answer which you have written, in case you feel that your answer is not right and you want to change it. And I don't think that anyone says that, but I definitely followed this advice, and that's why I would like to share. It is that please write in capitals. So you have to understand that be it IELTS reading, be it IELTS listening, there is maximum 1 or 2 words which you have to write as answer. You do not have to write complete sentences. So it's either MCQ, so in MCQ you only have to write down A, B or C, or 1 word or 2 word maximum. So I would definitely recommend you to start using capitals only. Do not write in cursive, because you know that every person's handwriting differs, and it is so different, and you do not know if that checker will be able to understand your handwriting. So capitals are the same, and capitals are much more legible. They are much more easily to be understood. So I definitely recommend that you use capital letters only. The third point, which I feel is the most important one, is that you need the utmost amount of concentration or focus for the IELTS listening part. So I'll tell you what actually happens, and I have made this mistake, so I know that it is a big one and you need to avoid it to ace this paper. So the thing is that in those 30 minutes when you hear the recording, obviously I want to tell you that you hear the recording only once. The recording will not be available to you twice. So whatever you can grasp, you have to write it down in that moment only. Which means that as soon as you hear the recording, you need to jot down your answers with a pencil in your question paper booklet at that moment only. If you expect that, oh, I'll remember the questions, oh, I'll remember the answers, then I will write it down at the end. No, it's not possible. Believe me, I have made that mistake, and please avoid that. Write down the answers as soon as you hear it. Even if you feel that you have if you have a confusion or something in one of the questions, please do not stay focused on that one question only. And now my second point will also be related to this only, that when you are putting your mind into that recording and into that question paper booklet for straight 30 minutes, you cannot get stuck on one question. Believe me, this is the most common mistake which people make while attempting the IELTS listening part, that just in case they feel that they have a slight bit of confusion and they are stuck on one question, they keep on thinking about that question again and again, and due to which the leftover paper is messed up. So for example, I am stuck on question number 11, but I have to constantly remind myself that there are 40 questions which I have to answer. So just in case if I get stuck on one and I create some kind of confusion in my mind, then I will be spoiling or messing up the rest of my paper. So please avoid this mistake. Even if you feel that there is slight amount of confusion, please leave that question, because it's only of 1 mark and your rest of the paper might be of 25 or 30 marks left. So please learn the art of moving on in this paper at least, so that you can ace the rest of the part really well. Moving on to the next part, which is the resources or study material which I used. So it's very simple that whenever you register for the IELTS exam, you get this guide or prep book. So whenever you register, they ask you for your address and then they send this book to your house, and it's pretty small actually, and it contains how the scoring of the paper is done, the tips and tricks which are required for you to ace all the 4 sections of the IELTS exam. And then at the end, they also contain sample question papers. So for example, whenever you open a sample question paper and you refer to the IELTS listening part, so if you notice that there is a topic given on the top of the IELTS listening part, so you just have to simply type that topic on YouTube, and there are so many recordings available and you will be able to hear the recording. Just plug in your earphones or headphones and start hearing the recording, and the questions will be listed down in your book itself, and then you can start filling it in. And also, I definitely recommend all the people to make a pile of answer sheets, just a simple page where you are required to transfer your answers from your question paper booklet to the answer sheet, so that you are able to maintain this practice of transferring your answers and you do not mess up with your timings. So this is the first book which I used. And for all those people who do not want to buy any additional books, I think this book is enough, because it contains all the basic general information, and I think this will be very beneficial in your preparation. And anyone who wants to buy an additional book, this is the one which I use. This is the official Cambridge Guide to IELTS for Academic and General Training, which means that this book is for both academic and general training. And this is the only additional book which I use. Some of my teachers said that this is a little higher level and might be difficult for a few children or students or whoever is appearing for the IELTS exam. So this is how it looks, and for example, as I told you that there are maps or diagram based questions, so you can just look at this, that this is a map or diagram based question, and this is probably which you can expect on your paper as well, something like this. And definitely recommend using this book if anyone wants to improve their level and wants to do really well. So these are the two books which I use for my preparation. And lastly, the most important point is that just keep going and do not lose your focus or concentration during the paper. I think that is the most important point, and I cannot emphasize this enough. But if you are able to focus, if you are able to concentrate the maximum amount on that question paper booklet, you will be good to go and you will be acing this paper. Just believe in yourself, just keep practicing, and give it your best shot. I think that's it. These are all the tips and tricks which I used. Thank you so much for watching, and only if you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.